E aí pessoal, tranquilo? Hoje a gente vai jogar Season, uma carta para o futuro. É um jogo bem baseado em narrativa e a gente vai ver como é o game. Vamos criar um novo jogo aqui e vamos começar um novo jogo.
Who are you? I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway. Where are you? How far in the future? Where'd you find my journal? I may never know, but you can know me from what I put down on these pages. I come from a little village in the mountains. No one has left here since before I was born. But our lives changed overnight. Just a few days ago when my best friend had a prophetic dream. A vision that the elder said means this season is going to end soon. The world is about to enter a new era. A great change is coming. Everyone was afraid. I was surrounded by questions and I began to feel how little I know. What is this season that is about to end, and why is it ending? What exactly is out there that could turn the world inside out? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did. So, I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go. That I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. I hope that's where you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on Earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice.
E começou o índice, não visto concluído. Épocas anteriores, uma carta para o futuro, uma vila nas montanhas, o sonho do Pat. Esta época vai acabar, pai é o acervo do museu e amanhã em que saí de casa. Vamos dar uma explorada, o jogo é bem narrativo, né? Então, a ideia do jogo é explorar. Dá pra tocar o sino? Vamos testar?
My
Nossas
bag
malas.
and dad's camera, ready for the great departure.
Temos algumas opções: medalha, animal de cerâmica e origami. Vamos ver o origami primeiro. Feito pelo Pat. Espero que ele te deixe mais feliz do que pescar um peixe, Pat. som do jogo é muito bom, bem relaxante. Parece que tá dentro da minha cabeça. Puxar corda, vamos ver.
3, 2, 1. Hooray! Mr. Lotto's here.
Coleção de estranhos, contos sinistros para crianças inquietas. A nota vale 10 poemas. Absorver o momento, ou a gente pode falar, né? Estudar a cena. Vamos
The last moment in
absorver o
this little
momento.
house. There used to be 3 of us here. My mom and dad and me. Soon it will be just her. Her and all these memories. But in this moment, everything is the same as ever. Until I shift my weight. The floorboards creak. Mom hears it and turns to me. You're up.
What are you doing standing there? Time to get going. It's gonna be a beautiful morning. I'm making progress. I found the burner, camera, recorder, travel bag. Breakfast is in progress. Still gotta make a pendant. We haven't used this in so long. Good thing I saved the instructions. Just as you would use a shield to protect your body, an identity pendant protects your mind. Your thoughts, memories, everything that makes you, you. We don't wear them here in the village anymore. But if you're going into the outside world, I'll feel better when you've got a pendant shielding you.
Vamos perguntar proteção contra o quê?
Diseases of the mind, like the dream sickness.
Vamos perguntar de onde vieram os pingentes.
It was Dr. Fumio's last invention.
Dr.
He
Fumio.
realized that some psychedelic maladies were impossible to cure, so he made the pendant to prevent them in the first place. If you have a better idea how to protect your brain from being destroyed, let's hear it. That's what I thought. In times of war, a pendant can be used to identify a body. Let's skip that part. Objects have 2 layers, the physical and the mental. The pendant needs to absorb both. 1. Collect a sentimental object for each sense: sound, smell, feel, sight. 2. Feel the sense and speak aloud a memory of the object. 3. Feed the object into the burner. The memory will leave the speaker as it is transferred to the pendant. That means I'll forget the memory after I say it. It's supposed to be painless. At least.
Vamos falar assim, ó. Posso fazer isso e perder as lembranças no seu lugar.
No, you must remember everything. That's your role.
Posso contar a lembrança depois que você perder. Vamos ver.
The pendant needs this little sacrifice. I want to be sure it works. Don't be afraid. A few memories is a small price to pay for knowing you'll be safe. Okay, so this old tape should work for our sense of sound. I remember. You and I fell asleep listening to this tape. Your dad came home. We all rested together until it got dark. What an odd feeling. Like an absence disappearing. The empty space fills itself back in until I forget that I forgot anything at all. I'm glad I'm only losing a few memories. If I lost too many, I wouldn't even know who you are. You should pick the rest of the objects. I'll lose the memories, but you'll have them independent forever. So they should be important to you. They should be parts of your identity you want to be sure to protect. So think about what these items and what the memories would preserve about you. Let's do smell next. Find an object with a strong odor and that holds a piece of you.
Ancient, perfume, sweet. Nothing is ever lost.
What did you choose for smell? Let's breathe in deep. Your dad used to bring these flowers home from his climbs. They only grow high up in the mountains. He was a great climber. He even found us a new source of water. I hoped after he would climb less, maybe even retire. But he always wanted to explore, and the only direction to go was up. Maybe the elder is letting you leave out of guilt for what happened to your dad. If someone has the energy to leave, it needs to go somewhere. He fell into the Fitz ravine. You never found his body.
Ah, pode ser que o pai dela esteja vivo ainda.
But doesn't he rest with us at night? Doesn't he appear in our dreams? How can such a human being depart this earth without leaving behind a trace as strong as the flowers would still have their scent? Darling, I don't want to lose this one. I can't lose this one. Can we put the flowers back, please?
Vamos deixar. Vamos pegar outra coisa.
Childhood. Too sweet, too old. I always wanted to experience new things.
What did you choose for smell? Let's breathe in deep. This ginger drink has been in our family for generations. And you, as soon as you were old enough to talk, you said, let's drink it. It's hundreds of years old, like you already wanted to experience something different. Well, we all had one horrible sip. But boy, we laughed. What would we do without you? What will we do without you? Now touch. Pick something with a texture you like.
Uma textura que eu goste é a colher. Vamos ver.
Soft, cold, smooth. I used to see souls everywhere.
So what did you end up choosing? Okay, feel the spoon. There were years when you saw faces everywhere. We had to be gentle with everything in case it had a soul. I remember you saw some sticks on the ground in the shape of a face. You were so worried what would happen if the wind blew. I secretly put the sticks away and showed you the face on this spoon. Look, she transformed, I said. You were so serious, studying it, thinking how a soul could transform shapes. Eventually you stopped seeing faces everywhere. Does the world have fewer souls in it now than when you were a child? Or are they still out there? I'm fine. Let's do sight next. Pick something that looks nice.
Vamos procurar agora de algo para o olhar. Acho que sobrou só as balas ali. Deixa eu ver isso
My
aqui.
hand when I was a child.
Ah, esse é legal.
This speaks to how my mom loves me.
So, what did you end up choosing? Oh, I remember it so well. It's not as bad now, but in the old days, not many children lived long enough to grow up. We believed if a child could make it to the age of 9, they'd be all right. This print was made of your hand when you turned 9. Your father and I couldn't believe we really had a healthy girl. An old deep fear inside of me finally went away, and we saw you would just keep growing and growing, that everything was going to be okay. For taste, we can eat breakfast and feed some to the burner. The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. We're standing here. You're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories. A gem of home around your neck. This is my only condition for letting you go. You must promise me never to take the pendant off. And never tamper with it. Okay? Then I'm okay with you leaving. I think your camera and bag are still in your room. It's time to gather them up.
Ó, legal o conceito do jogo, né? Ele fez um pingente ali, usou algumas memórias, algumas coisas dela. Vamos só dar uma olhada aqui. Enquanto queimo, que o momento dure e dure e dure. Ah, legal. Quem sabe sejam outras coisas que a gente poderia ter usado ali no pingente. Vamos pegar nossas coisas. Vambora.
I've lost so much. How could the world ask me to lose you too?
Ah, a gente vai tirar uma fotinho dela.
Look at us. There we are. There we were. We'll always be right here on this beautiful morning.
I just performed a ritual with my mom. The moment has passed, but I'll record it in these pages for you, for the future.
Legal, ó. Recordações, a foto. Pingente. Xarope e a colher. Ritual de despedida. Tá, show. Ah, eu posso fazer o diário. Vou pegar o pingente. Vamos pegar a mãozinha. A colher. Ah, eu não posso colocar
I never knew
todos.
when my mom would share a memory of Dad while cooking, on a walk, with no warning. It knocked the wind out of me. Rituals take this grief and give it a shape and a story. Filling in this journal is a ritual too, but for a loss that hasn't hit us yet.
Legal, temos uma recordação. Ah, não dá pra colocar assim, ó. Show, só uma descrição. Ah, dá pra gente colocar outras coisas, ó, no diário. Mas ok, acho que tá.
I've brought
show.
tools to record the sights and sounds of this season. I'll start by recording the only place I've ever known. Public sleep music is a tradition of ours here. When the music ends, the village will begin to wake up. Last night there was a goodbye party here in the plaza. Everyone was so afraid for me. To understand that fear, to understand where I grew up, you have to know the man standing watch over the plaza, Dr. Fumio.
Então, deixa eu entender aqui. Coloque recordações suficientes para desbloquear uma inspiração. Então a gente já tem uma recordação. Aqui é a foto. E a gente tem da máquina de escrever. A gente dá uma corrida aqui.
A wish fell off the tree. I'm not supposed to read them, but it might be good for you to have an example of one.
Espero que ela volte e diga a todos que é seguro sair. O que será que tem lá fora? Vamos pegar.
I can go against tradition a little for posterity.
Ó, o café é outro lugar que dá pra gente tirar foto. Então, esse aqui. Só que a gente não tem muito espaço. A gente pode guardar só mais uma recordação. música e poesia hoje à noite.
This is the cafe where my dad used to read his poems. He wrote one for me. Maybe he wrote it for you too.
Adeus, caro peixe no céu.
Pate's little daydream of leaving this place, of seeing something weird.
Ah, Vila Caro.
A village that was created as a place to heal. Is that where my instinct to try to help comes from? It's so strange to imagine I'll be shaped by places and people I haven't met yet. So strange to imagine that I might feel at home somewhere else.
Tá, todas as recordações ali. Novos carimbos e conclusão desbloqueados. Descanse em paz, Dr. Fúmio. A doença dos sonhos segue sonhando. Será que eles morrem lá?
Dr. Fumio said the dream sickness was caused by something very powerful. He wasn't able to cure it.
Ah, a doença dos
Dr.
sonhos.
Fumio and his son founded Cairo back in 776. They live on through our traditions.
Há 3 murais que celebram o trabalho dele. Tire fotos e grave áudios para descobrir a resposta. Tá, isso aqui
There
acho
are
que é uma
3
das
murals
fotos.
celebrating Dr. Fumio's work.
Então aqui a gente tem uma das fotos. E essa do peito eu acho que não é do Dr. Fumio. Apesar que eu já tirei uma foto daquilo. Lá tem outro mural ali. Vamos andando por aqui. Celebramos o dia em que Dr. Fumio curou o excesso de memória. Será que eles...
Remembering everything must be painful. Dr. Fumio brought peace to so many people here.
Tá, a gente tem essa do Dr. Fumio, que é essa aqui, tá. E a gente tem esse outro mural, que é esse aqui. Faltou um que tem 2 fotos e uma estátua e um determinado som ali também. A estátua deve ser essa aqui, ó.
Pate loves fish, even though nobody here has ever seen one.
Esse filtro aqui ficou legal.
This is Dr. Fumio and his son. The statue isn't as old as it looks. The artist wore it down to give it a feeling of ancientness and the authority that comes with it.
Tá, mais uma foto lá do Dr. Fumio. Não, está até aqui, ó. Tem essa aqui que eu não sei o que é. E esse áudio é num órgão ali, parece. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui em volta. Cara, a arte do jogo é muito bem feita. Ali tá o órgão. Dá pra gente cheirar.
Smells like an old man's toes dipped in cinnamon. I had to drink this gross potion last night. Like my pendant, it's supposed to protect my brain.
Aí que tá, proteger do quê?
This is a healing instrument created by Dr. Fumio. It draws on the pure mountain air.
Cara, olha a qualidade gráfica do jogo, da arte. Falta só uma recordação. Dois murais, vamos ver se a gente encontra em algum lugar. Aqui encontramos.
The elder sought out Dr. Fumio to cure her mother, who was suffering from time misperception.
Apenas doenças da mente. Que legal, o cara criou um local zen.
Dr. Fumio was an important person, but we also just have a need to put a human face on events that are beyond our control. He may have felt just as scared and helpless as everyone else.
Novos carimbos e conclusão desbloqueadas. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui. Página anterior, tá? Ele diz que a dança dos sonhos era causada por algo especialmente poderoso, nunca encontraram uma cura. Quem era Dr. Fumio, tá? Recordações. Aqui a gente tem novas coisas, novos carimbos para usar. Tá, então o Dr. Fumio que criou toda a base ali, né? Ok, e o que a gente tem que fazer agora? Café. Ali eu acho que tem uma escada ali, ó. Deixa eu só ver se tem mais alguma coisa. Tá, vambora. Fundado em 710.
Caro Village was founded during the modernity. Much later, Dr. Fumio arrived and remade it in his image.
Vila Caro. Não tem mais onde botar a informação da Vila Cara, a gente já completou.
This flower means you're in my thoughts. The morning after the search was called off for Dad, our doorstep was covered in them.
Eles não encontraram um corpo nem nada do pai dela, então quem sabe ela encontre o pai dela em algum lugar, né? Ela saiu da vila, eu acho.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. How to leave home for my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back. Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now, stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.
Vamos conseguir a nossa bicicleta, vamos só dar uma olhada aqui em volta. A arte do jogo é muito linda, é difícil tu não olhar tudo, né? Não escutar, não prestar atenção. Então bora lá.
Pate fixed up 3 bikes instead of 1.
Vamos sair, de caro. A gente tem azul, amarela e rosa. Vamos pegar a amarela. Nossa, que lindo, cara, o jogo. Fora da realidade. Pessoal, eu vou parar o jogo por aqui. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. O jogo é muito bom. Se vocês gostaram, trago mais vídeos aqui no canal. Então temos uma mistura de arte, de jogo e um game ali bastante relacionado com a narrativa, né? Então é um estilo de jogo bem específico. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Até mais. Tchau, tchau.